Hello and welcome to this video series on the Gimp 2.4. Now in this video I'm going to be introducing you to the Paths tool, otherwise known as the Bezier tool. Now whenever you click on this, you can see down here under the Paths tool dialog that there's really not a whole lot of additional functions to this particular tool. That being said, this actually allows you to draw some pretty complex figures on your palette with a fair amount of control. Now basically all we've got here is design, which is the default. This is what pops up. You've also got edit, move, and the polygonal. Now whenever you've got this box ticked, this basically restricts your editing to just straight lines or polygons, which really limits you a great deal. So I'm going to untick that. I'm going to open up a new palette here. That's a pretty good size. I'm going to put this palette between our two docks. Now I wanted to point out over here too, I've got three different dialogues on this docking station here. Again, I had mentioned this in a prior video. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Again, it just basically helps unclutter your desktop, although at the same time providing you with a lot more functionality on your Gimp software. So now then, I've got the Bezier tool chosen, and we're in design. We've got the polygonal box unticked. Now when we click on our palette here, the first thing that pops up is an empty dot, and this is our active anchor. I'm going to go down here and put another dot, and it connects the two with a straight line, and this is now our active anchor. And put another one up here. Again, the active anchor changes, and just to introduce you to this polygonal box, we'll tick this, and I'm going to put my mouse or my pointer over on one of these lines here and hold my left mouse button down and go to move this line, and all I get is a straight line, versus if I untick this box, do the same thing, I can get a lot more functionality out of this image. Now these boxes here, these are called handles, and again this adds a little bit more functionality to the image that you're manipulating or creating. Now if you hold your shift key down while doing so, it puts an additional box or handle on the opposite end. So again, this gives you some additional functionality here. Kind of back up here just a bit, and again I'm going to put another box here, hold my control key down, and that connects the lines here. Click on this, that makes this the active anchor. Click on this, makes that the active anchor, and so on. Now I'm going to, as you can see over by my pointer right now, to the right of it is a plus sign. If I want to complete these lines or draw a line, kind of force a line, then hold my pointer or my mouse over this particular button here or dot, hold my control key down, and that image to the right there of my pointer turns into an infinity sign or two circles intersecting. Then click my mouse and it connects the dots, so to speak. Now then, if we go ahead and make us a little heart image here, if you will. Yeah, it looks pretty close. Of course, I'm not any kind of an artist. Now we've got these two options down here we can choose from. Select from path. It gets our mouses going, it gets our ants a marching, and this is the part of this tool that has now made it somewhat of a selection tool, if you will. Because if I click on our brush, you can see that we are only working inside of what has been selected. Control Z that, and get back to our Bezier tool. Let's go and clear up our palette and do this again. So I want to also show you the stroke path as well. Get our heart action going here. Now we'll do the stroke path, and this pops up. Now we can choose the stroke style. Now what the stroke does is, instead of it putting the marching ants in there, it gives us a solid line. Now we've got a couple of choices here. We can go with a solid color, which is the foreground color that is here, and we can change this, by the way, by me having this dialog here. Let's go with blue. You can see it changed it to blue. Or we can go with the pattern. Now I've got the patterns down here. Of course we can change the patterns here as well. But let's go with the solid color. You can change the depth or the width of the line here, or the solid color right here. Go more if you want it thicker or less Totally up to you. Of course, play around with this too. But let's go, and then you click on stroke, and then you have your solid color. Now then, if you want to make this selected, then you can either right click on your palette and you get this here, same options as available to you at this toolbar. Go to select from path, and it gets your marching ants going there. And then you bring up your brush. Let's go back to our red color here and finish our little Valentine's Day heart. Oh, ain't he sweet? And there you have it, folks. Now, that's just a quick introduction to the Bezier tool and how you can do some pretty nifty little drawing or image manipulation using your Paths tool, otherwise known as Bezier tool. Hope you learned something. Hope you're able to put this to some use in some future image creations of your own. And I want to thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day.